Ever get the feeling there's more to this whole life thing than meets the eye? Like, what happens after we're gone? And is there some bigger purpose we're all supposed to be figuring out?
Absolutely. These are questions that have captivated humanity for as long as we've been around. And today we're going to delve into a book that tackles these very questions.
All right, then, let's get into it. Today we're diving deep into Violets in the Window, a book that's less a novel and more like, I don't know, a peek behind the curtain of reality.
I like that, a peek behind the curtain. Because Violets is unique not just for its content, but for how it came to be.
Okay, now you've really got my attention. Lay it on me. What's so special about how this book was written?
Well, imagine this. The author, Vera Lucia Aranjek de Carvalho, didn't exactly sit down and, write the book in the traditional sense.
Wait, what? So how did this book even happen?
She used something called automatic writing, basically acting as a conduit for messages from, well, let's just say a different realm of existence.
Whoa, okay, so we're talking about channeling here. Like straight up communication from the spiritual world.
You got it. Now, automatic writing itself has a pretty fascinating history, dating back centuries. Some people are skeptical, naturally, but others believe it's a legitimate way to tap into a higher consciousness or, even communicate with those who have passed on.
See, this is why I love these deep dives. Always something new and mind-blowing to learn. So in this case, the author was basically transcribing messages from beyond.
Exactly. Her hand would move across the page, almost as if guided by an unseen force. And the words that appeared formed the teachings and stories that make up Violets in the Window.
All right, so we've established that the origin of this book is, shall we say, unconventional. But what about the content itself? What kind of messages are we talking about here?
Violets is all about exploring those fundamental questions we all grapple with. Life, death, the nature of reality. It offers comfort, hope, and a unique perspective on the human condition.
It's funny. When I was first reading it, I kept thinking, this feels more like a conversation than a lecture.
Yeah.
Like, it's not dictating beliefs, but encouraging you to question and discover for yourself.
That's spot on. The book invites you to consider new possibilities, to think outside the confines of our everyday experience. It's almost as if, through Patricia's journey, we're being guided to a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe.
Okay, so who's Patricia? Is she, like, the main character?
Yes, she is. Patricia is our protagonist, and her journey is at the heart of Violets in the Window.
And what is her journey all about?
Well, Patricia finds herself transported to the spiritual realm, which is portrayed in vivid detail. It's not all fluffy clouds and harps, though. She faces challenges, doubts, and moments of profound revelation. Her experiences are a reflection of the human condition itself.
So you're saying her journey is kind of like a mirror for our own internal struggles and triumphs?
Exactly. Violets uses Patricia's story to explore themes of hope, love, forgiveness, and understanding. But it does so in a way that feels personal and relatable, not preachy or dogmatic.
That's what struck me, too. It's like these universal truths are being woven into a captivating story. It's not just telling you what to think, but prompting you to feel and connect with the message on a deeper level.
Right, and that's the real power of Violets. It's a book that stays with you long after you've finished reading. The insights and perspectives it offers can have a profound impact on how you view the world and your place within it.
There's this one passage that really stuck with me. Patricia encounters this incredibly bright light, so radiant, it almost hurts to look at it. The book describes it as pure love.
Yes, that's a pivotal moment in her journey. And what's fascinating is how Patricia initially recoils from the light. It's so intense, so overwhelming, that she's actually afraid of it at first.
Exactly. And that's what I found so thought-provoking. Like, who's scared of love? But it really speaks to the idea that sometimes even the most positive things can be challenging if they push us beyond our comfort zones.
Absolutely. It highlights the fact that growth, whether personal or spiritual, often involves stepping outside our comfort zones and embracing the unknown. It might feel scary at first, but it's often in those moments of vulnerability and uncertainty that we discover our greatest strengths and insights.
Okay, I'm sold. So where does someone even begin to unpack all these big ideas?
Well, I think the key is to approach Violets in the Window with an open mind and a willingness to question your own assumptions.
So it's less about seeking definitive answers and more about embarking on a journey of exploration.
Precisely. The book offers insights and perspectives, but it ultimately encourages you to draw your own conclusions and find your own meaning.
I like that. Violets is not a rule book. It's more like a compass, pointing you in a direction and letting you navigate the terrain for yourself.
That's a great analogy. And as you navigate that terrain, Violets encourages you to ask yourself some pretty profound questions. Questions about your purpose, your connection to the universe, and the very nature of existence itself.
So what's the big takeaway here? What do you hope people will gain from reading Violets in the Window?
I hope it sparks a sense of wonder and possibility, that people will walk away feeling a little less afraid of the unknown and a little more connected to something larger than themselves.
And maybe even a little more inspired to explore their own spirituality, regardless of their beliefs or background.
Absolutely. Violets is a reminder that we're all on a journey, and that the journey itself is often where we find the greatest meaning and fulfillment.
Well said. And for anyone listening who's intrigued by all this, I highly recommend checking out Violets in the Window for yourself. It might just change how you view the world and maybe even yourself.
You know, if there's one thought I'd love to leave listeners with, it's this. If you could receive a message from the spiritual realm, what would you ask? What burning question would you have?
Ooh, now that's a good one. It makes you realize how much we take for granted and how much more there might be to uncover.
Exactly. And who knows, maybe Violets will inspire you to find your own answers, or at least ask better questions.
That's a great place to wrap things up. I don't know about you, but I'm suddenly feeling like I need to go for a long walk and ponder the mysteries of the universe.
Me too. It's amazing how a single book can open up so many new avenues of thought.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Violets in the Window. Until next time, keep exploring and keep asking those big questions.
And who knows, maybe some of those answers are closer than we think.
See you next time.